There's a 4-minute window in your baby's first hours on Earth, just 4 minutes. And something extraordinary happens inside your newborn's brain during that time. Something that most hospitals miss and most parents never know about. You probably think bonding starts whenever you're ready, when you've recovered from labor, when the midwife hands your baby to you, when you're both calm. But neuroscientists have discovered that your baby's brain is never more open to connection than it is in those first 4 minutes after birth. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but it changes everything. Here's what researchers at the University of Cape Town and leading neuroscience labs have found. Newborns have a brief window of extraordinary alertness right after birth, a state that rarely comes again. Their eyes open, they track movement, they're looking for you. And what happens or doesn't happen in those minutes shapes the neural pathways for trust, security, and how your baby's brain will process closeness for years to come. The problem? Most new parents don't know this window exists, so they miss it. And when they do, they feel guilty, convinced they've somehow failed their baby before day one is even over. But here's the hope. Understanding this 4-minute window doesn't just help your baby's brain, it rewires how you see those first moments. And it gives you something concrete, something powerful you can do. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens in those 4 minutes, why it matters so deeply, and how any parents, even in a hospital, even with interventions, can still access that window. Let me explain what's actually happening inside your newborn's brain in those first moments. Right after birth, your baby enters what neuroscientists call the quiet alert state. It's rare, it's brief, and it's neurologically unlike any other state your baby will experience. Your newborn's eyes are open, but not in the bright, reactive way. They're soft, searching. Their pupils dilate. Their nervous system is calm but intensely focused, and they are looking directly at their faces. This matters because of something called neural imprinting. Dr. Sue Carter at Indiana University has spent 2 decades studying how early sensory experiences literally wire a baby's developing brain. When your baby sees your face, your eyes, your expression in that quiet, alert state, their brain is recording information at an accelerated rate. Not just recording your face, but encoding trust, safety, the fundamental expectation that when they cry, someone who loves them will respond. Here's the research. Studies using brain imaging have shown that babies who experience responsive, attuned face-to-face contact in their first hours have measurably different activity in the regions that control emotional regulation and social bonding. These aren't small differences. Over time, these become the difference between a child who can self-soothe and one who struggles, between secure attachment and anxious attachment. But here's where it gets real. I want to tell you about Sarah. Sarah gave birth in a busy London hospital. Her daughter was born with mild jaundice, so the medical team whisked the baby away for testing. Sarah felt the panic, the guilt that something was wrong, that she'd failed already. By the time she held her baby 2 hours later, that quiet alert state was gone. The window had closed. And Sarah spent weeks convinced she'd missed something crucial, that her bond with her daughter would be weaker because of it. Except here's what happened next. Sarah learned about that 4-minute window after missing it. And instead of spiraling into guilt, she made a different choice. She became intensely present in every alert moment that followed. She learned to recognize the signs, and over weeks and months, she built something just as powerful, a pattern of attuned responsiveness that her daughter's brain began to expect. The science shows this too. The window is important, but it's not destiny. What matters more is the pattern, consistency, your presence.
So, what do you actually do with this knowledge? Here are 3 things you can start with today, whether you're pregnant, in the hospital, or already home with your baby. Step 1. Know the signs. Watch for the quiet alert state. Your baby doesn't stay in quiet alert for long. Minutes, maybe. So the first step is learning to spot it. It looks like this. Your baby's eyes are open and soft, not wide and frantic. Their body is still, calm, not thrashing or startled. They're looking, often at a face, often at your face. Their breathing is steady. In real life, this might be 5 minutes after birth, or it might be during a middle of the night feed when your baby wakes but hasn't started crying yet. When you see this state, pause. Don't rush to feed, to soothe, to do anything. Just be there. Let your baby look at you. Let your face be what their brain is learning from. That's it. That's the whole practice. Step 2, get your face close. Make it easy for their brain to learn you. During those quiet alert moments, bring your face within 8 to 12 inches of your baby's face. This is your baby's focusing distance. Closer or further, and the neural imprinting is weaker. Let them see your eyes, your expression. Let them watch you watching them. You don't need to perform. You don't need special tools or techniques. Your face, calm and present, is the most powerful thing your baby's brain can receive. In real life, you're sitting with your newborn on your chest. Their eyes flutter open. You lean in gently so your face is in their line of sight. You stay there for a minute or two. That's a moment that matters. Step 3. If you missed the window, release the guilt, build the pattern. Here's the truth that will free you. If you missed those first 4 minutes because of medical intervention, because you were exhausted, because the timing didn't align, your baby is not damaged, not even slightly. What matters now is the next quiet alert moment, and the one after that. Every responsive, attuned moment you create from this point forward is building the same neural pathways. It just takes consistency instead of perfection. You already have everything you need. Any parent starting today with no special tools needed. Remember the 4-minute window? The one you might have missed, or the one you're terrified of missing. It's real, but it's not the whole story. What matters more than what actually shapes your child's developing brain for years to come is what you do in the moments after. The quiet, alert states that come during nighttime feeds, the calm morning cuddles, the moment your baby wakes and finds your face. These are the real windows, and there are hundreds of them. If you missed the first 4 minutes, you're not behind. Your baby is not damaged. You didn't fail before day 1 ended. What you're doing right now is learning, paying attention, showing up. That's what builds the secure, deeply connected relationship your child's brain craves. You already have what your baby needs. You always did. If this matters to you, if you want to understand what's happening inside your child's developing brain so you can parent with intention and calm, I'd love for you to subscribe. Not for me or the other parents out there who, like you, are wondering if they're doing this right, because they are, and they need to hear it. The 4-minute window closes, but the connection, that's built in the thousands of moments that follow.